is this is how I got reacquainted with Suge more recently, right? Now, for the last 2 years, I've been talking to Suge Knight myself personally, right? Now, a lot of people was like, "Oh, well, why you never had him on your show? Why you never brought him on live?" Right? Reason I never had is because I feel like I didn't need to. I don't need to chase clout, right? And I felt being that being that uh I've been covering, and doing research on Tupac murder, it was better for me not to reveal that I was talking to Suge, right? Now, there are witnesses that I've been talking to Suge for the last 2 years, right? I'm gonna give you a few receipts. Dave Mays, unbeknownst to y'all, unless you heard Gene Squirrels say it when I told his punk ass, don't say, don't tell nobody I was talking to Suge. He went out there and told everybody that I was talking to Suge, right? Because unbeknownst to y'all, right, I was producing Collect Calls with Suge Knight, with Dave Mays. Now, if you think that's cap, you can call Dave Mays, you can ask Dave Mays, and he will tell you. I just told him, don't put my name in the credits because I didn't want nobody to know that I was producing the show. And I wasn't producing the entire show. I produced a couple of episodes, maybe about 3 episodes, maybe four, right? So how I got reacquainted with Suge um, was one of my homies um, was talking to Suge, right? And I was they let me know they was talking to Suge, right? So I'm like, oh man, I met Suge before. I remember I got him inside the VIP at a Nicki Minaj party, right? So he goes and tells Suge that, right? And Suge tell the nigga, man, that nigga lying. Ain't nobody can get me in no VIP in LA. Nigga, that LA, like he the king of LA, right? Like this was a lie, right? So when my man called me, he was like, "Oh, Suge said you lying, nigga. You ain't get him in no VIP. How you look like getting him in VIP in LA? You know what I'm saying? And back in 2005." I'm like, why would I lie about that? I'm like, yo, you know me. What do I lie about? Nothing, right? I have no reason to lie. I don't lie about nothing, right? So he calls me with Suge on the phone. Suge, yo, he talking all spicy. Yo, nigga, what you talking about? You got me in the club. You know what I'm saying? Da. Ain't nobody could get me in the club in LA. You know what I'm saying? I get anywhere and I'm like, yo, bro, like, what are you talking about? I got you in the club. I mean, I got you in the VIP. What you talking about? Nicki Minaj was not trying to let you and Cat Williams in the VIP. I got you in there. I'm like, Stevie J gave the security the the green light to let me in. I stepped back and let y'all go in. Y'all was standing at the rope. Y'all couldn't get in until I came up and I let y'all in. Through me getting in. Man, you lying that I said, yo, you know what, bro? I ain't got no reason. You don't know me like that. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. You think I'm lying? Call Cat Williams. Ask Cat Williams, right? All right, I call back. He called, he leave. I mean, he hang up. He called Cat Williams. Cat Williams told him, yo, that's the truth. That did happen. You know what I'm saying? They called me back, right? So Suge apologized. Yo, you was right. You right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Man, I ain't want to go in there. Cat wanted to go up there and talk to her, right? And I was like, Well, thank you for apologizing, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no reason to lie to you. Why would I sit there and make that up? So that's how me and Suge got reacquainted. This is 2 years ago, you know, right? Yeah, 2 years, probably getting ready to go on three, right? Um, so um, so from that, me and him started building. So me, him, and my man, we would all be on the phone together. Whenever Suge called, my man would call me on the three-way, and we would talk, right? Because my man, he dealt with the music business, so we was talking about different stuff in the music business, and we was building with that, right? He was kind of, telling my man what to do with the business and stuff, right? In the business, right? So at some point, uh, it went from them calling me on the three-way, then he got my number from my man and started calling me directly, right? So me and him from that point, we started building for the last like 2 years, right? Probably longer, right? I would speak to Suge at least from 2 to 4 hours a day, right? He got his calls is in increments of 15 minutes. He will call back a lot, right? Every 15 minutes he go out, he'll call back. 4 calls is an hour. You know what I'm saying? And he will call me in the daytime and he will call me at night, right? And we would talk and talk and talk and talk and we be building, right? Then he started doing collect calls with um Dave Mays, right? And then at a point, Dave Mays, he started getting a little scary with some of the content, and he would some of the stuff he would pull out, take not pull out, take out the show and then air it. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a time where he did one show and Snoop approached him out in Chicago, right? And when Snoop approached him in Chicago, then Dave really got a little shaky or whatever, right? So then I started producing episodes. Suge would call me, and you know we would do the episodes or whatever, and then I would kick them over to Dave. And if you feel I'm lying, anybody you could call Dave Mays, you could email Dave Mays, you can hit him on Instagram or wherever, right? And he'll tell you. Now, um, like the episode Simon Says, I produced that one. I can't remember the titles and the numbers, but I know the Simon Says one was one of the ones I produced. And like I said, it was a few of them, right? This now, what happened is being that pork butt, you know, was up here telling all these stuff, all these stories. What I would do is I would let Suge hear the stuff that Reggie was saying, right? So this is what made me very powerful against Reggie, right? Because he didn't know that I was talking to Suge. So whenever he was getting up there lying, right, I was able to let Suge hear it, right? And then I could, even though I took uh the stuff that Suge was saying with a grain of salt, because I know him and Reggie was cool at some point, right? I would decipher what was real and what was not on my own. And, you know, this is how I was able to catch Reggie in a lot of lies. He had no clue that I was talking to Suge until Gene bitch ass went out there and said something, right? Now, the reason Gene bitch ass went and said something is I produced the episode when Suge tells the story about Wolf I mean, about Big J getting killed in Atlanta, right? In that episode, Suge revealed who killed Big J, right? And he cleared Wolf name and said that it wasn't Wolf. And a lot of people out here were saying that Wolf killed Big J, right? But Gene always stood on that it wasn't Wolf. It wasn't Wolf. It wasn't Wolf. Wolf didn't kill Big J, right? So this is when I was cool with Gene, potty mouth ass nigga, right? So being that I was cool with Gene before the episode came out, I told Gene, yo, you was right. Wolf didn't kill Jake, and just chill and wait. The new episode uh, of Collect Calls with Suge Knight is going to reveal that um, it wasn't Wolf that killed Jake. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, chill, Gene. Just relax. Just relax, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just relax. Let the episode come out. Then you can tell everybody, I told you. That will be your I told you moment. When the episode come out, nigga, right? But Gene can't hold piss, right? That nigga can't hold his teeth in his mouth. If he had dentures, every time he talked, them shits would spit out on the floor, Dame Dash style, right? So Gene couldn't wait. Yo, Chuck, when the episode coming out? Which episode? Relax, right? Because the Collect Calls with Suge Knight, they had animation in it. So the animation takes a long time to render. It took a lot